Eagles haven't played anybody like us at all. They have
That's what
not
I'm
played against a defense as good as ours.
and they haven't even played against an offense that can run multiple different types of plays out of certain formations. Like, and then look, if you go player for player, like I feel like the 49ers still have a better offensive mindset. I think what gives the Eagles the advantage maybe be the center to quarterback exchange. I think that's the
Mm.
difference on offense. You got the center and the quarterback. You got an all-pro center. You got a MVP candidate at quarterback. You got a first-year starting center and a third-string quarterback. And I tell you what, you got number one going against number two. How ironic is this? How is it that, and don't say, oh, it's just the system. No, Brock is making plays in the system. It's not like the stuff he drops back and the heavens and the hells of the gates open up and it's just, and God says, here, throw this. No, sorry, Siri, wasn't talking to you. But that's what happened. Like Brock, there's pressure. He's rolling to the left. He's rolling. He needs to roll to the right more, but he's rolling to the left and he spins. And the next thing you know, he's getting the ball out of bounds if there's nobody out there. He's taking off and running. We've seen in the last game. Brock's extending plays, finding ways to make plays on his leg with his legs. So it's not like it's all peachy and creamy for Brock. Brock is out there in
Cooking.
the freaking storm, bro. She's weathering the storm.
This was Kyle Shanahan's assessment of how Brock Purdy played collectively against the Dallas Cowboys, because I think it backs up exactly what Wayne just said.
I mean, he made a number of plays today. I mean, that by no means was anything perfect for the whole offense and for the whole team, but it seemed like playoff football in that game. I mean, we were going against a team and just watching them all week. We had a feeling it was going to be this type of game, and that's why we were stressing the run game on both sides and stressing to protect the ball and try to get turnovers. And we accomplished both of those things. And you do that stuff, you still got to make a number of plays. And I mean, you saw how many George made today, and those also it's tough to do those without the quarterback. So he made some big time plays too.
Wayne,
Yo,
this is the question that I want to talk to you about, because everybody is talking about the Eagles this, the Eagles that. If you had to pick an X factor for the 49ers that you
mhm.
think is going to show up and show big that perhaps people aren't expecting, who's somebody that comes to mind? Could be offense or defense or special teams, which is a legit part of the game. Robbie Gold was kind of it last week. But who's somebody that stands out to you as somebody that could show out for the 49ers this week in the NFC Championship?
I mean, I think it's a guy we haven't really seen much of like lately. And I know that the Eagles have two all-pro cornerbacks. But don't get it twisted. There's gonna be a dog out there on the field, and his name is Brandon Ayuk. And here's the reason, like you haven't needed him, right? You haven't really needed him. Do you need him to get a first down? Do you need him to do this? Yes. But this might be a Brandon Ayuk game. And the main reason is I just feel like he's gonna come out there and his dog is bigger than any of the other dogs. Listen, I'm not gonna sleep on Bradbury or Darius Slay. I think those guys are all well, they're all pros for a reason. But look, watch out for Brandon Ayuk on the offense. Haven't seen him much lately, and it's not because of defenses locking him down. It's just more Brock being more comfortable with some of the reads that he sees. And so
Right.
when you get Brandon Ayuk crossing across the middle of the field, expect him to keep those chains moving. I think Brandon Ayuk's going to have a pretty darn good day.
And I'll say this, I really thought they were going to go after Trayvon Diggs last week. They didn't. He only targeted him one
One
time. They
one
did
time.
run the ball at him a lot, and he
Yeah.
jumped out of the way every time. But you got to cash in. Wayne alluded to this earlier. We've been close, been close, been close. I'm tired of close.
Yeah.
I'm tired of close.
Well, here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan's tired of close. And the only thing that separated Kyle Shanahan from a Super Bowl victory, I would say two, in his tenure out of these 6 years he's been here, is the quarterback.
Mm.
And it's unfortunate that we're dealing with a rookie that's going to be. But hey, I don't know about you, John, but like before Trey Lance got injured, I thought Trey Lance would be in the same spot. I know people might not think it now, but I know I was picking us to be in the playoffs in this situation. I felt like Trey Lance could get us to the playoffs because the team is built to win, right? And so now the players, Trent Williams himself is coming out saying, y'all think y'all gonna get it twisted if you want to. We coming out here to win this ring. And when you look at the team and you look at what the team is doing, you look at how they're kind of like owning in. A lot of injuries are starting to pop up. You're not really hearing much about Philly. This is all part of Kyle Shannon plan, right? Like it's all part of his whole way of kind of like trying to get into the psychosis of the Eagles. And I think that's what the Niners do. I don't think, first of all, a lot of people don't factor in coaching. And when I talk about coaching, I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan is probably should be the best coach in the NFL, like hands down. Like he's the best, mainly because of what he's doing with what he has. And I don't care how many weapons he has. At the end of the day, your number one position is quarterback. And if a kid can come in here and run this offense, go through the bumps and bruises, find ways to win, that attests to your head coach. And so I know that he's a candidate for coach of the year. I know Nick Sirianni is a candidate for coach of the year. I know they want to give it to him probably because his team has won. And I tell you what, after we whip that ass on Sunday, he can have it. Because at the end of the day, my coach looking for Super Bowl rings.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.